with Steve here from Pentagon. Steve, nice to meet you. Thanks for your time, mate. Really appreciate it. Can you give us a bit of a rundown on what Pentagon is? I mean, personally, I've never seen it before, so can you tell us a little bit about the company and what you have to offer?
No problem. Pentagon is a company that started off in Europe, in Greece specifically, and basically it was developed up because it was noticed that the troops on the ground needed comfortable equipment that wasn't going to fail.
Yep.
So Pentagon is all about getting the best equipment available at the best price. So what we do is anything from jackets, soft shells, to heavy duty, to trousers, boots, socks, even the bags, gloves, to all your little accessories and trinkets.
Okay, so ideal for like hunters out here who want something like some rain weather or hard wearing gear for out in the field.
Yeah, it's ideal for that hunter who's after something a little bit more premium. Instead of that base area. You know, the quality of our product is really second to none. There's a lot of technology that goes into it. There's a lot of R&D. Our stuff is tested on the field on battle, so it can last quite a while. Sure. And it can go through a lot of tough scenarios.
I see you got some. I was waiting. I saw some great jackets and everything up there. Look really cool. You mind give us a rundown on a few of them?
So this is just a small selection. Our stand is actually a small selection of what we actually do. It's about 2% of our product line. So in terms of the bags, the primary sellers are our Natal sack. It's a 40-litre sack. Excellent for even going to the gym, to anything really, even a school bag. It's just a very versatile bag. We've got a Storm Pack, which actually has the molly system on it. So for those who don't know, the molly system is actually a system where you can actually attach accessory pouches on there and make the bag work a bit more. So from anything from a medical pouch to even ammunition pouch.
Yeah, I see you can get a lot of those molly attachments there with like the speed clip system and so forth, where people can put in, well, mainly from like a military background, different AR mags and things like that. But I mean, you can get different pouches these days that can sort of fit other
water bottles.
Things like that. That's really applicable to hunters. Absolutely.
We've got the tack links, which are basically a geotex material. They take 300 pounds of pressure. They're just an awesome little tool. So if you've got, for instance, a torch that only accepts a loophole, there's no other way to attach it to any of your webbing or anything. Use the tack link, away you go.
Okay. And I see the Storm Packs there priced at $65. So I mean, that's pretty good going. It's it's very good value for what it is, especially with the molly system. It's got a lot of storage. It's a 45 litre bag, so it's a great unit. And then the tack link as well. How much would be the retail on one of them?
Links are going for $10 each. But as I said, 300 pounds of pressure. There's a lot of other products out there, but whether they take 300 pounds of pressure, I'm not sure. We've got the winter buffs. So now that winter's here, put the fleece buff system. It just goes around the neck, and the lining on the outside goes up, covers the ears and the nose. It can be worn in a multitude of different styles, and not only that, the system up the top is actually anti-fog. So if you're wearing your shooting goggles or anything like that, it won't actually fog up your goggles. Yeah,
that's really handy then. Yeah, absolutely.
Everything else from things like balaclavas, 3-hole, 1-hole, we go with the cotton and then the standards, but this is really our range. That's our success story, because we have the special forces that purchase it from us all throughout the world. So we've got those contracts.
And $20 for a balaclava, I see there. Is it 20, 25?
25 for the thin slits and $20 for the standards. So 25 for the thin slit, that's actually really good.
That's a good price. So, and the jackets here, are they all the same actual models, just different colours, or?
Well, we have a range called our soft shell range. The Gen V isn't part of our soft shell, but we decided to do something a little bit interesting with the soft shell, with the Gen V in particular. We basically grabbed an M65 and said, how can we actually fix this up? So what we did was we grabbed the Storm Tex, which is actually with us exclusively. We made it. StormTex is actually a waterproof substance. Takes 8,000 rating of water resistance, which basically means you need to get a gurney to do something
to be able to penetrate that. Yeah.
So really unrealistic to be under that type of environment.
Yep.
But yeah, the StormTex is a great thing. Basically keeps you dry. Hood, on each one of those items that we have. So our entire soft shell range has hoods.
Yep.
Moving on from this one, from the Gen V, we go on to the SF series, which is the most popular item in our range. And it's really what made the company. The SF series, this is actually the SF4 here. It's now up at SF5 in Europe, which we'll be getting stock of shortly.
Yep.
Basically, it has the StormTex on the outside, so it takes 8,000 rating of water resistance, and it has a has the grid tech on the inside, which are basically those little squares, and those squares will basically radiate your body heat back to your body, create a cocoon-like level of
feeling before. It's really thin.
It's very, very thin. It can be packed into a day pack for night patrol, and then straight out at night, and you're nice and warm. Yeah. Not only that, it's got the hood with the same substances, StormTech and grid tech in there as well, so you get the same level of comfort even in the hood. And on top of that, the actual zippers have SBS zippers, which are the most expensive zippers on the market.
Yep.
SBS zippers are important because they stop the wind getting through, and also they stop the weather getting through in terms of the wet weather. So it keeps it nice and weather tight.
Yeah, and I mean they're a good looking jacket too. As soon as I walked past, I saw it and I thought, that took my eye. They look good.
Yeah, they are a good looking jacket. There's actually quite a few people in the show now walking around in them.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it, for you?
They've taken off their hoodies and they're starting to walk around in ours, which is great. But yeah, it's a great jacket. It's currently worn by the troops in Afghanistan. We take our quality assurance really seriously because the environment is they're in. The last thing we want is something like one of these jackets failing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I know from personal experience, when you're in the field, the last thing you want is your kit letting you down. Yeah. Absolutely. So, what's these particular jackets? I can see different colours available in.
Yeah. So the colours available are black, stone, and olive. Yep. We've also got coyote now coming out by the end of this year, and we've also got a camouflage system called Pentagon coming out.
Nice.
Pentagon is going to be an official camouflage that we actually create.
Yep.
This is actually a camouflage that we've adapted from an original French camouflage.
Yep. I was going to say it looked like a European camouflage.
It is a European camoufage, but Pentacam is going to go the next step forward, and it's going to be a much more arid camouflage.
Right.
For that arid environment, and I've seen the pictures. It looks fantastic. So it's really going to be exciting to see this product in the Pentacam.
Sure. And what's the retail on all these jackets?
Retail on the Artaxis jacket range is $195.
Yep.
That's inclusive of GST.
Yep.
And they're available.
Okay, that's great. And for people who, like myself up until now, haven't heard anything about Pentagon, is there a website where people can go? And
the website's pentagon.co.
Yep.
And website's there. It's set up as an online shop as well.
Sure.
And it's free delivery all throughout Australia.
Great. Yeah, excellent. All right. Well, what we'll do is at the bottom of this review, we'll put in the link to that site. So anyone who's interested in Pentagon, check it out. There's some great products here from what I've seen. Well worth having a look at. So, Steve, thanks for your time, mate. Really appreciate it. And thanks again.
Thanks.